So yeah, definitely have stayed busy. And she's been there with me every step of the way.
Right.
You know, hey babe, I gotta run out to this gig. Cool, here's your lunch real quick.
What?
You know what I mean? So just having that support, you know, having her behind me, like, you know, and that cheerleader, man, it changes. I was already a focused individual before I got married, but I tell guys all the time, like, it becomes laser
When you got
get
that
married.
right run.
Yeah.
So you're a marketer, fitness, and spoken word.
Yeah.
Those are your three main things that you're really focused on.
Yeah.
And y'all are making combined $200K. Are you doing anything on the side as well, or you do your full-time job and you support your husband?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well,
There's like a few little things, but I'm not seeking opportunities.
She's a lot smarter than I am. Like her, even until recently, her job, and part of the reason why I didn't, because she was like, yeah, I can DoorDash. Especially when we was in it, I was like, no, I don't really want you to.
Right.
Because her job, I mean, you heard it, it was very stressful.
Yeah.
Right, it was a lot of moving pieces. Me, like I said, I'm creating all day, right? Yeah, you have some ups and downs or whatever, but my work-life balance allowed me to take on, you know, I joke with my boys, like I was feeling like Uncle Ruckus from, you know, I had like 5 different jobs, right? But like I was able to do that because mentally, I didn't have that load that she had during the day.
Yeah.
So she was feeling some type of way, like, well, I wanna tag in. I was like, no, you are tagging in. Like when you, maybe my lunch before I go to a gig, when you show up, or when I go to a gig, and I had a seminar where I was speaking at a church, and I forgot my paper. She ran back to the crib to grab them because I still had to stay there. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
partnership.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like that's where I really needed her.
I'm curious, Che. Was
That's
that
Aisha,
hard?
by the way.
Aisha.
I know you wanted me to correct you.
Yeah. Please, Aisha.
for sure.
That's your wife. Correct me.
No, you good.
Aisha.
You good. Yeah.
Aisha. It's almost like Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just say.
That's,
Like, you could just
people
say.
say that too.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's Aisha.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not Asia.
Yeah. Yeah. She fancy.
Either.
Aisha. I got it now. I'm going to think of Asia. Okay, Aisha. I'm going to get it right, y'all. Don't get it twisted. So, Aisha, I'm curious, was that hard for you to not contribute extra financially as a smart, intelligent, beautiful woman? Like, was it hard to be like, my husband, he doesn't want, like, did you, or was that easy for you to be like, okay, cool, I don't need to work?
Yeah, I think initially it was the pressure of wanting to. And I would do little things on the side, like graphic design. I always saw myself as more of a creative than even my job allowed.
Okay.
But definitely when he was like, you know, it's fine, that really took the pressure off, where it's like, I'm only adding unnecessary pressure to myself, because especially when we first got married, like my job was really stressing me out.
It does. Recently, I've completed my full estate plan, and it's been an emotional journey, if I'm going to be honest with you. But now I have a peace of mind knowing that my family and loved ones are well taken care of. But here's something you may not know that I think you need to know. According to a recent study, nearly 60% of African American adults have life insurance. Now, wait a minute. Many of these policies may not provide sufficient coverage to fully protect their families in case of unexpected deaths. This lack of adequate coverage is a pressing issue among the Black community. It can lead to financial difficulties and potentially hinder the building of generational wealth. In today's time, it's more important than ever for African Americans to give priority to life insurance and estate planning. You see, by doing so, you can ensure that your loved ones are secure in the event of your passing. This covers funeral and burial costs, clears all debts and mortgages, and provides a financial cushion to help them continue building wealth, long-lasting wealth. Don't leave your family's financial future to chance. I want you to secure life insurance today. I want you to get a free life insurance quote through my friends at Ethos. All you gotta do is go to anthonyoneal.com/life insurance. Again, that is anthonyoneal.com/life insurance for your free quote, or click the link in today's show notes. Protect your family's future and attain a peace of mind. Act right now, and let's get back to today's show. Man,
Yeah.
I like that because, you know, when you meet smart, intelligent ladies like yourself, sometimes they want to contribute because they don't want to feel like the man is controlling the relationship.
Yep.
How did you all, as you were going through this journey of eliminating $168,000, how did you two stay on the same page on this journey with without you feeling like he's controlling the money, without you adding stress onto her? Like, what were some key things that helped you all get on the same page, get aligned, and really get through this journey? Because $168,000, bro, like, that ain't no play money.
Yeah.
You know, y'all did that in less than 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely took time. I was not on board. I thought he
You wasn't on board?
Not initially.
You thought he was crazy to pay off the student loan. Wait, hold up, wait, and pause. Pause, it just hit me.
Yeah.
Y'all took advantage of the student loan pause.
Yeah.
So now I see why you're thinking, we don't have to pay anything right now.
Yeah.
Because it's not due. But you're like, nah, we gonna pay this thing.
Yeah.
How? Okay, wait a minute. This is about to be good.
So actually, the pause is what kind of got me on board.
Okay.
Because he was talking about it a little bit before.
Yeah.
It was, I was worried about, we just got married. I want to enjoy the first years of our marriage. You know, like we weren't having kids yet. Like this is our honeymoon time, and COVID already kind of
killed it.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, what are we really sacrificing here? I was ready to take my loans to the grave. I was like, you know, everybody's doing it. Like, what really happens if we die with them? But you know, he's always had it on his heart. His mom's always like spoke that over him. She was definitely our biggest supporter, I would say, throughout our journey. So seeing like how committed that he was, and to your point, like getting married, I was 24 at the time. I was nervous. I was like, okay, how do I be a good and supportive wife, but also I want to be involved in our finances. I was never comfortable just being like, you got it, and I trust it. So I think that was hard. But I mean, over those months that we weren't paying it off, he really wanted to start. And the fact that he was not willing to just like, we're doing this anyways, you know, that established a lot of trust for me. So eventually, you know, I prayed about it, and I felt like this was what we were supposed to do.
How did you get her on board, man?
Yeah, so when I first approached her about it, I was like, hey, look, you know, the reality of it is, this is our loans, right? 6 figures in debt. We're not even, at the time, making 6 figures. I was like, even if I start making this amount of money on my own, it's not you get your salary all at once, right? I like, we'll still be in the red. And that really kind of got us on board. And I was really just telling her about the opportunities that will open up if we just clean the slate.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If we start out in the black. You know what I mean? And it was tough, you know what I mean? Like we talk a lot about, we live in an age of like comparison culture. And that was something that was really tough to initially, she's like, ain't nobody doing this, like who's doing this? Like why we gotta do it? Like we're making decent money, like let's just enjoy it. And I was like, I can't do this without you. So if you say no, I can't force you to, but I want us to do it together, take some time for everybody. And she came back.
How long did it take you to come back? To be like, I'm on board, honestly.
I would say a few months. So we got married in March, and then we paid off my car. I think that was probably like him trying to get my feet wet a little bit. And that felt good to pay off the car. That was a big step. And then I think around that time, when we paid it off, we probably put like $6,000 down.
$7,500.
He'll remember down to the cent.
He was like, hey, oh, baby, give me all the money. Give me all the money. Man, so, okay, so a few months. And who brought the conversation back up? Did you come to him and say, hey, babe, I got it? Or did you ask her, like, hey, babe, have you thought about what we talked about?
I really can't. I just remember because we would meet regularly. You know what I mean? We would have budget meetings and things like that, especially after we paid off the debt. So I think it was around, we do like devotional meetings and we do budget meetings. So when we were having one of our budget meetings, we were like, hey, just checking in, how you feeling? Now the biggest thing, this is why I didn't share with you, we were initially saving up for a house, right? Because, you know, it's what you do, right? Get married, you might have 6 figures in loans, let's put down a mortgage on a 6-figure house. And so we had close to $20,000 in the bank.
What?
And I was like, hey, I know we paid off your car when we weren't planning to, because that was initially money that was gonna be the down payment for the house. Paid off the car, started back up the house fund. I was like, hey babe, look, I really feel like we should just throw this whole thing toward the debt. She looked at me like I had 3, 4, 5 heads. And she just was like, my security. Like, what am I, like, I don't feel comfortable with that. For what? For debt that nobody's paying anyway? that's silly, right? So again, she had to take some time, and that's really what she had to take some time and pray about and come back, because she didn't feel good about that.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't feel good about spending the $20,000 in the savings account because you felt as if you will not have financial security.
Yeah, I think it was the financial security. Also, it was like, we've been saving this up over time. Our plan is to get a house. So like every time that we threw a large amount of money towards debt, it felt like what I saw in our future was getting further and further away.